How did the condominium get invented?
There was a slightly sort of trial and error process. They started building cooperatives, which is a different legal structure, which still exists in like properties from the 1890s.
Yeah, but they barely ever took off. Cooperatives basically only exist with subsidy. And
what's the difference between a cooperative and a...
Condominium is where the underlying fabric of the building is owned by everyone, and then each flat is owned by the people who live in that flat. Whereas cooperative is where like the whole thing is owned by everyone, and then in a complicated way you're given use rights to different parts of the building.
I see.
But my understanding is there has never been a mass cooperative build out, except for in periods where that's how they did social housing. But the amazing thing is that, like, unless you have condominium title, no one builds flats for sale. My impression is that from the 1890s, freeholders basically believed that one day they were going to be expropriated from their leaseholds, which eventually happened with enfranchisement in the 1960s.
Yeah, that's right.
And so they were right about that. And so they were reluctant to build leaseholds because they knew they were going to be taken off them at some point in the next like 5 decades.
They were actually amazingly prescient. In about the 1880s, they started thinking, yeah, I reckon that the state is going to somehow steal the freehold from me at some point. And sure enough, it was exactly 80 years later.